I hacked this Digicam to take JPEG photos and RAW photos. So let's jump right into how you can do that as well. To get started, you can click the link in the description down below, and it's going to lead you to the list of cameras that are able to be modded. And mine is the PowerShot SD780IS. And so you want to click the ones on the left side. These are the complete files. And once you do that, you can unzip those files and you just move everything that was unzipped onto your SD card. And if you need to format your SD card, you can right click it and format it. Just make sure everything on it is something you don't need. That way you can get rid of it because it's going to erase everything. And you move that to the root of your SD card. That means the farthest back you can go. And once you've done that, you can safely eject your SD card. So let's now put the SD card into our camera. So every time you start the camera, you have to go through the same process to start shooting in RAW. So what happens is your camera's off, you're gonna hit the display button, and whenever that loads, you're gonna hit the menu button, and it's gonna bring you into this separate area. You're gonna go all the way down to firmware update. With those files now on your card, you're gonna say okay to the firmware update. It's gonna flash a few times green, and it's going to have this logo appear. Once that happens, now we can go into hitting the display button again, and we're going to lightly tap our shutter button here, and so that way this comes out and now we're shooting in RAW. And we know that because we're going to have all these different display things added on. So we now see the battery, we now see all these different options. So we can now shoot, and it's going to take a little bit longer to take a photo. So I took some photos outside, so we're also going to look at that as well. But just to recap, you know you're in RAW whenever you see all these different things pop up. So every time you turn off the camera, all of that's going to go away. For example, let's turn it back on. It's back to normal. So this is a soft mod. This is not permanent. So again, if you want to do this, you have to hit that display button or whatever your camera does. Hit the menu button, firmware update, and then it's going to be doing that all over again. Hit that display, turn it on, and then all that comes back on. So that might seem like a lot, but if you have one of these lying around and you want to shoot in RAW, you can do that. And so just to cover what you'll want to do is you'll hit the display button, menu, do the firmware update. The logo will appear. What you want to do next is hit the display button, and then this will come up. You want to hit the menu button, and you want to go to RAW. You want to make sure that this is selected, so there'll be a dot right here. And as for anything else that I changed, I made sure the DNG crop size was full. So you can go left and right on that, or hit the circle button. And I just have them thrown in with the JPEG files right here. And then whenever you're done, you can hit the menu button or go all the way down to the back arrow. And that's what I changed personally on mine. You can add a histogram, you can add zebras, but if you're just looking to start shooting in RAW, that's how you do that. You can hit the menu button. You can half press to bring up this menu again, or you can press it all the way to run the script. Once it's ran, you can then hit this playback button here, and then you'll press your shutter button at the top, and that's when you know you're shooting in RAW because all of this information is coming up again. You normally don't see that. You can also confirm you're shooting in RAW because at the bottom right it says DNG and it gives you a number. That's how many more RAW photos you can take. So if that number goes down, for example, it says 1450, if it goes down to 1449, I know I've taken a photo in RAW and it's going to be with my JPEG photos. So here's a quick montage of photos I just took in the backyard with this. It takes JPEG and RAW at the same time, so here's a side-by-side of them. The RAW photos are edited, and there's a lot more room to edit because they're RAW photos now. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hope this helped you hack your Digicam. I'll see you on the next one.